All right, welcome to Santa Barbara Wargaming's Holiday Winter Spectacularrr. On the agenda for today, why are we doing this? And to that, we turn to our resident correspondent, Mark. Why are we doing this?
Why, thank you, Aaron, being the press ganger. That's Aaron, not me. I've been trying to explain to people why I want to do this for quite a while now. I guess it just comes down to it's cool. That's pretty much it, yeah.
We've got 2 cameras.
Yeah.
Because we're a bunch of homos.
And it's Christmas, too.
And it's Christmas.
If you can't tell.
Rob is filled with the spirit of Christmas. Which is
We've got our very
Rob's filled with the spirit of Guinness.
we got our very festive pot o' beer, and
our good layout.
Yeah.
Earlier, we did a Secret Santa gift exchange, so maybe we could just go down the line.
Are we going to do a podcast? Is that the plan?
It's a video cast.
Oh, it's a vlogcast.
We're doing
Some
it
of
like
us,
that.
some of us are less mentally equipped for this than others. So why don't we start with Nate and just go down the line and say briefly what we got and who gave it to us?
Sure, I got an email that indicated that I might have some models coming week.
Yeah! Cheers to email.
Poor Michael, he didn't get anything.
Oh,
Yeah, you got $10.
We'll get to that. Michael's going to be our climax.
Yeah, okay, so you got an email saying that you
Oh,
were-
sure, I've got a couple of
climax regularly.
Arcatestamento Shock Army troops on the way.
Nice. Infinity.
The hacker, the Akalis Sikh Commando
And the heavy
hacker,
machine gun.
and the heavy machine gun Bogmari on the
Sweet.
way.
Tiger Hunters,
Yeah.
baby. Yeah. Christian?
I got a Doctor Who comic. Pretty excited about that. And a Doctor Who Dalek shirt on the way.
Nice.
And then I also got a beautiful extra gift from Roy because he is just so dreamy.
He's pretty dreamy.
I got a couple Yujing motorcycle rider guys for my
Yujing.
Akira army.
Yishin.
I'm putting together. So for Infinity again.
Yeah, we're
Let's
gonna-
hear it for Roy.
An ex-girlfriend of mine wanted me to roleplay as a Dalek once. I didn't get it. Just saying.
Did you make you hold like a plunger?
Sonic screwdriver, baby.
I took it personally when she put the trash can over my head. I got used to it eventually.
Okay.
I'm still with her. We've been married for 3 years.
Roberto?
I'm Rob, and I got a back massage and a painted constant blaze and some Guinness. I'm so going to drink those tonight.
These Guinness that say
Yeah.
things like gay knees.
Gay knees.
Lots of
thank
inside
you,
jokes.
I love
Lots
you.
of
You monkey.
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 Yeah.
Which is actually, he's the monkey, but
I'm very excited to
I
drink
think
those
we're all
Guinness.
apes
we're all-
or descended from apes.
And-
As you may have been able to tell, Rob is an alcoholic.
yeah, but
Well,
he's
we
a
all
functional-
are. Just
We're all pretty much
You know,
We're
the
all
bucket of beer
half-twisted
doesn't
here.
say anything about us.
I'm extremely
I
alcoholic.
guess.
Okay, so
I'm going to pass it to Mark here.
my Secret Santa was Lacey. She's not able to make it today.
Bachelor. She's a Chippendales.
She's at her bachelorette party.
She's
in
at
San
Chippendales. Yeah.
Oh.
Which is, yeah, that's just great. Anyways, I got a coat hanger that was formed into the shape of glasses, very similar to those glasses right there. And I got a very nice bottle of South African,
Phenomenon Cup,
yeah.
Cannon Hill.
I think
Yeah.
the
Red
good
wine.
comment I heard was that the
It's actually
was
this
for
one
the
right here.
before, and the twisted coat hanger was
Yeah.
for the
We're not going to repeat that.
All right, okay.
Sorry.
Okay, and so continuing to try to
I'm sorry. It's in there forever.
turn it over to Paul.
Christian was my Secret Santa, and he is our resident cook, chef, and he's actually making our bacon-covered duck right now.
yes.
And our what was
Bacon
it?
covered?
Wait, aren't
Bacon
you're
wrap.
not in there. Why aren't you making our bacon covered duck?
I'm
right?
gonna duck out in a few moments.
Ow!
And I got a Trader Joe's cooking book because I'm there
Yeah.
pretty much every day. Trader Joe's is my,
And what else did you
my
get,
second
Paul?
home.
What else did you get?
It's a bachelor.
What else? Oh, I got some chocolate that will romanticize the evening.
Suck on my chocolate, suck
It's
it all.
basil chocolates with
Stick it in your
pineapple,
mouth.
candy
Suck
pineapple on it.
suck
Nice.
I think we have our new opening.
Oh God, no.
I think South Park beat us to it.
Anyways, and then Andy's
Fine,
not
nice
here
place
because he is moving into a new apartment. Good for him. But I got him a Arkham Horror expansion set because we played that game and we have never finished it.
The King in Yellow?
The
Yellow
King.
Yeah, that's what you really needed was an expansion set because
Yeah,
you
I know,
actually finished
for
the
something
game.
that you
We have
never
played
finished.
that
Now
game.
it's gonna
Someday
take
we'll finish
longer
that game.
to finish the game.
It's a working goal. Okay, so that was my Secret Santa.
That's very nice.
Aaron,
So I'm currently building, as you may have noticed, we're all building Infinity Armies. And I am building a Nomad Force. And I got a pair of Sin Eater Observants from Nate. A sniper and a heavy machine gun. Beautiful models. Great on the table. So I'm very excited to assemble and paint them. And it was a great gift. Thank you
I
very
can't
much.
wait to paint the Infinity stuff.
I can't
Yeah.
wait to.
It's
paint
so
those
fun to
bikers,
paint.
man. I don't know if I want to do Akira or Tron.
I
Tron.
I
Is
just
there like
can't-
neon glow paint?
I can't-
yeah,
Good
there's
put on?
it's called that. It's the
Do
Neckrite.
that.
It's
the
Neckrite
light cycle
green.
track on the base.
Oh, so
Ooh.
sick.
Oh.
All right, Tron Biker Army. It's
Well,
done.
you can glow
It
in
was
the dark
been
paint. I
written.
mean, you
Done.
can
Can we
paint
vote
them
on that?
and
All right,
then
all in
paint
favor of
them
the
with
Tron
glow in the
Biker
dark.
Army?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Elliot.
That was my
Elliot.
I'm abstaining.
I'll have to do my Dark Eldar Tron army later at some point.
Those are
You'll
both
never
terrible
do it.
ideas.
All right, Roy.
So I got from Andy, I got a book from a role-playing game called Eclipse Phase that I'm getting really into called Gate Crashing. Which is all about exploring
Yeah,
through
that
the
one too.
wormholes.
Oh,
Cameras. It's amazing. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm going to try to get that reactivated.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
sweet.
I look forward
Just
to
to
it.
know, Roy has just recently had a child, and so we're really excited to have him here because he's been very busy just being a parent. She's
And
over there off the camera.
What's your name?
Her name is
Roy?
Georgia Rowan Pollock. So, no, her name is
Apparently
not
Paul
Roy.
doesn't know
We-
her.
Her name is not Roy.
Her name's Royana, right?
Oh, I don't want to walk into the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, you should bring
This
her
has
up.
been,
You're just right there.
This has been my little
Behind you.
conversion project.
Look at the camera now.
She's got superpowers.
She can use a couple more washes and maybe some dry brushing, but she's
She's got some good flesh color going on.
And holding you is my
Okay.
wife Michelle, who's very patient with my wargaming hobby.
Let's hear it
As
for
all
Michelle.
wives need to do.
Yay.
So I think she is our first youth addition to the group, or underage.
None of the rest of
Can
us
we
have
not
babies.
phrase it that way?
Infant child, human sacrifice.
Yeah.
on.
Moving on from satanic ritual
Yeah,
abuse.
so,
And now the grand finale. What did you get, Michael?
So my Secret Santa didn't show up.
Who could have imagined that?
That's probably
particular-
James Funny Fantasy.
It's not like
Yeah,
corn.
there you go. That particular
Probably eating
individual
pizza.
really likes pizza, apparently.
Well,
Really
Michael,
does. And so the Secret Santa gift that was going to go to him went to me.
and
So
who was
$10
that?
richer in the Domino's department. And,
Weak.
let's just say I'll eat well for the rest of the
Richer
weekend.
in life.
There we go.
Richer in life.
Well, at least you'll eat.
Yes.
It's a free pizza.
Yeah,
Cannot- you can't
no.
beat on that.
I'm excited.
well, actually, I heard at Domino's they do.
No, they beat off. Okay,
Oh God.
hey guys, let's.
Rolling along here.
Yes,
Alright.
not like unlike our other
Let's keep that.
podcasts.
Let's keep that.
But that's under where we're going.
Okay.
Anyway, so we've got our great special edition, beautiful lady handwriting.
Don't show them that.
No,
Set it down.
that's our cheat sheet.
It's
Throw
our
it
cheat
away.
So we're gonna quickly talk about our last year. We've been a group for a little over a year now, about 15 months. It's had its high moments, its low moments. There's
Been
been
down.
some laughter and some tears. Yeah, we got formed last
Lot of
September.
butt sex.
Blood, sweat, and
A
semen.
lot of hangovers, I think.
Yeah, there's
A lot of
a lot of bodily fluids mostly.
Anyways,
So yeah, if we could just briefly go through and everyone give a happy memory or a sad memory, or maybe Mark could do whatever he wants to do.
no, Elliot. What's your fondest memory of the last year?
Related to war.
Related to war games.
Or most horrifying moment.
Or most horrifying?
My fondest memory?
Or most horrifying?
My fondest memory is the first time we played Boozehammer. That was pretty
Wait,
fun.
that's a memory?
I remember it, just not well.
That's a
Is that
good
the time
memory.
Paul passed out?
That is
In the middle of the
Paul
afternoon?
lost.
Just say that one. We'll get to it.
All right, Nate.
Oh, well, my fondest memory would be probably showing up here for the first time about 7 or 8 months ago. I just bought a bunch of 40K crap on a whim to start cleaning it up and get into the hobby, and then I was like looking around for some gamers, and I I showed up at Christian's garage on a random Saturday and just was immediately welcomed into a good group of guys that are all into the same kind of shtick. And yeah, it was great just to come over and meet all you guys and now have a strong group of friends in Santa Barbara.
Oh, cheers.
We all love Nate.
Take it off.
Let's do it proper. Tits and ass.
How many?
That's Mark's
How many
Anyways.
At least it's wearing his goggles.
Christian?
Sentiment.
How many times have you played that 40k army? Just out of
Yeah, how about
curiosity.
the wedding?
My
gift?
army 0. I haven't played it at all. I think the first comment I got on the forums was from Aaron that was like,
Why?
if you expect to play 40k ever, like, fuck you.
Super friendly.
I was like, I'm going to show up anyway. Maybe these guys are cool.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And we got you into alternative
No,
forms.
War
of,
Machine kicks butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Down.
Well, yeah. So, what's my fondest memory? Oh God. Probably Lock and Load. Definitely.
It wasn't 3:30 in the morning when you text me. I'm picking your ass up and I'm going to Lock and Load with you.
Yeah, that was pretty much. It was a very last minute decision on my part. I didn't really have any money, and
That's an
I got a
understatement.
phone. I was talking with Paul at like 10, 11 o'clock, and I had a couple more beers and like 2 shots of whiskey, and I called Mark and I was like, Mark, you're picking me up in 2 hours, and we're going to Paul's place. I'm going to Lock and Load with you guys. And we had a lot of fun. Did not drink as much as I thought we were going to.
Or hoped.
Because I wasn't
Because
there.
Rob wasn't there.
Yeah.
Rob will be
but
there this year.
Rob
This
is
year,
here.
all like
Double road
20
trip.
of us.
Yeah, it's going to be
We're
pretty
bringing,
awesome.
what, 7 people?
We're 7 or 8, and we're going to have
Do we have the Michael
T-shirts,
balls out?
uniform, a standard.
I might just show up.
Going to
Yeah,
have a
Michael
standard.
likes to shove. He doesn't even play War.
You've got to ride.
He's getting into it
Yeah,
now.
that's true.
Retribution on the way.
But yeah, that's definitely fun. I'm gonna
Okay.
go cook some duck.
Okay, so
Thank you,
Rob-
Christian.
Christian.
thank you,
Our wonderful host.
Rob.
Yes.
Great
No,
Oh, aren't they
Right.
all?
Yeah.
so, Mark, you've been my favorite person in my life.
Oh.
Blow it up.
Even
son.
look at all those rides I gave you from Galena.
You're secondary.
I can see who's not getting another ride.
Memorable
2012, the
Hey,
year
Rob, do you want
walked
Mark
into
to pick
Santa
you up?
Barbara.
Oh, wait, he lives in Carpinteria.
Come on. Okay.
This is what got me here in this gaming group when I met this big fella. He's my good friend, Mark.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers. Tits and ass.
To mouth.
The baby thinks it's funny.
I know.
The jealousy in Nate's eyes right now.
You know
I
what?
don't think
I'm
it can
just
be
gonna
conveyed
pass
through
it
the
to Mark here,
camera.
to my good
Okay, so my I haven't actually thought of
Don't say the league finale.
It's going to be mine.
Nobody
Okay,
remembers
okay,
that.
okay.
don't
I
remember
actually
those
have both a fondest memory and a most horrifying memory.
Same thing, right?
Because Mark specially gets that too.
My fondest memory, oh man, I want to say it's Lock and Load as well.
I think that's a given. So you gotta
That's
kinda,
a given.
No, that's
Another fond memory.
Just tell us your horror memory.
Yeah. Start with bad news first.
Well, my horror memory is kind of we haven't as much fun as we have, and as many good guys as we have in the group. You see a lot of them that we have around here right now who are participating in this. We've had a few odd eggs.
This might not be a good time.
let's not go there.
Yeah, and so
Let's not drop the B word.
I'm not. I wasn't.
AKA
I wasn't. Okay.
what?
Okay. I wasn't planning.
AKA what?
No. We're not going to get into it.
Okay.
But the most horrific memory involves awkward moments in the group when people
Paul
get kind of
trampling
weird
children.
and have to. That's actually okay. That's my fondest memory. Paul trampled a small child. Yes.
You know, when
Paul
you
is
get
a
group of
light
nerds-
war beast, but he can still trample.
When you
Yeah.
get a big group of
And
nerds
he's
like
got
this together,
Thresher.
there's bound to be some oddness.
There's bound to be some
Yeah,
oddness.
That's just a given.
So that's my fondest memory is Paul trampling a child on the way to Lock and Load. We were at a fast food restaurant and Paul
Talk about the specifics.
didn't really look down, and so he just kind of. And we said, Paul, look down. And he went. and he was like running. There's like a little, you know.
Don't worry, allocated focus.
No, he travels for free.
He travels for free.
he travels
And
for
so
free.
that was my fondest memory, which is apropos because now I'm going to turn it over to Paul.
Well, thank you. That's a good little segue. Let's see, the fondest moment. Well, the first thing that came to mind was this. We, at our friendly local gaming store, we had a social night. They set it up every Saturday. And it was me and my buddy, and we would play 40K, and he had Blood Angels right as the Codex came out. And I had Space Marines. I had never won a game. I mean, it was just like tears. I was like, oh, this is bullshit. Anyways, I go to one of the events, and I'm like, okay, I got this group. I've got like the email list going on, and I show up, and I meet Mark, Roy, and Ann.
Mark?
Yeah,
I
that
think
sounds
that
right.
was it.
I think that
Were you?
You met
Rob
me,
showed up. I'd met you at the social before, and you came back that night, right?
and I met I
Yeah.
met and Andy.
And I was like, I'm like, okay, well, I need people to hang out with, and I started this, and I'm like, okay, we need to do this, and it was just surprising that you guys showed up, and I started talking about Warhammer, and you guys talking about Warhammer. I'm like, this is great because there's a bunch of RPGers there, and that was pretty much the seed of the group.
So Metro Entertainment, as odd as it sounds, they were the catalyst to kind of.
Well, where else are we going to
Bring
be?
us
So that's how I met everybody.
Yeah.
I showed up at one of the social nights, and you guys were in there, and we're like, "Hey, come back to the garage."
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, that's right. We're like, hey, we're gonna do some fun stuff.
Yeah, he's like,
Come with us back
and you're
to
like,
the garage.
alcohol.
Bring some beer. That was the only reason I felt comfortable going because you guys mentioned beer.
Am I
Yeah,
the only
can't
weirdo?
be
Quick
like
little
that.
shout out to our local gaming store, Metro Entertainment. They've provided us a venue many a time.
And they've just recently entered into negotiations with us, I guess, for actual sponsorship.
I hope
Really?
we're
You're
not-
not allowed drinking in the
Really?
store.
Am I the only weirdo that just showed up straight to the garage and didn't meet at a gaming social?
Yeah.
Did you find? How did you find?
I went straight to the garage. Mark picked me up at my school, bundled me in his little Corvette, and then zoomed off.
I
to the
was.
garage.
Oh, that's
I met a couple
right.
guys
Yeah.
at Metro. But then they
one of
gave
the
me a
first
card.
guys.
None of them I've never seen any of them again.
Fair enough.
He vanished into the darkness.
I was at Metro at the counter putting a bunch of Dark Elf stuff down, and then Christian comes up and was like, "How's it going?"
Hey, buddy.
Don't here's
Was
my wallet. Just don't
Actually-
talk to me. You weirdo.
Actually, I think I remember I sent Christian over. I was like, hey guys, he's picking up some Warhammer stuff. Go talk to him.
If you were,
pretty sure that-
Christian came up and was like, "Hey, you should come to my garage."
I'm sure that's not the first time you've heard that line.
We have the greatest pickup lines.
But,
We have pretty good.
Let's see.
But yeah, no, I think I got on the forums real quick, followed
Yeah.
quickly by a Saturday that rolled around, and I showed up to the garage. And totally cut out the whole gaming social thing and just sort of showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have
It was traumatic.
a horrendous thing to say.
That's a change.
Oh, zing!
Boom.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
usually creating the horrendous memory.
Yeah.
I can't think of it. I mean, there's not really any bad
Stick to the
moments.
good
That's
moments,
what's
then.
great
That's
about
what we're doing.
there hasn't been a large scale falling out where there's no segmentation within the group.
Yep.
Well,
Other than Aaron continually giving Michael shit about.
so on that note,
Okay, guys. Okay.
nothing bad to say.
Nothing bad to say, Aaron.
I have a happiest moment, but just segueing quickly off what Roy just said. In the
So
spirit of
spending your summer with
Christmas,
Boy Scouts, or
in the spirit of Christmas, I would like to reach out to our resident Warhammer player, just let him know that he's loved and we like him a lot.
We love you.
Yeah.
If we could, we'd be giving you a group hug right now.
Despite his attachment to
And
a
his name
dying
is
company
Michael.
that fucks its customers over. Anyway, in the spirit of Christmas, but but my most fondest memory is very fragmented and very vague, and that is our league finale from our last Shattered Grounds League, where we decided that we'd all gather around one table after a day of drinking and play a free-for-all game where we'd each have to try to assassinate someone else secretly.
Oh, this game.
And everyone who was not actively involved would be playing Booze Hammer. So Paul and I went to Trader Joe's, and this was amazing. Like, the person in the checkout line was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because we had what?
We each had
47 years.
No, more than that.
40, six
It was a
pack
lot.
for
We
each
already had like the remnants of a few 12 packs,
Yeah.
and then they just got what was it? Name tag.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was just like
Name tag, 50 cents a can at Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
Right.
What
Here's for
percentage?
alcohol poisoning.
What is it?
5.5%, I think.
That's good enough.
Yeah, that's good enough. So anyway, long story short, we got obliterated. And some of my models got obliterated, and Mark's models when Rob raged out at the end and smashed them.
No problem.
And then Andy got the bread. Andy originally tried to take us to a strip club, and I refused. So we went downtown, and we did karaoke. And
And you cannot stop the gays.
You can't stop the gays.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Anyway,
You can't
this is
stop
a pro-gay
the gays.
song. I think it was interpreted as an anti-gay song in the club, so it got a little awkward. Not to mention Rob projectile vomiting over everything.
Yes, I get it.
With Andy, if Andy was here, he'd probably be saying this was his fondest memory. Andy and I were trying to like stand sentinel with Rob behind us, and he's like leaning up against the Wildcat, aka
trash can,
Shitty Kitty, and he's just like
Literally.
If you've ever seen Team America World Police, it was
That's the
basically
one.
the puke scene from Team. Oh, thanks for the butt shot, man. It was basically the puke scene.
That's why we have
That's
two
the
cameras.
The
camera you
puke
should look
scene
at.
from Team America World Police. It was.
They're over-exaggerating.
We were very surprised that
No.
much liquid could even fit in Rob.
People were stopping with their girlfriends and saying, "Holy shit, honey, check it out! Do you see how much foam just came out of that?"
That was all name tag.
Please put your children away while watching this.
Why
video.
would you ever
Fold it
have your
neatly into a
child-
drawer.
Georgia could fit in a drawer.
Okay, so Roy.
Roy?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say my favorite memories were, over time, just watching the group grow. Instead, I'm going to go with, when this group started a while ago, I was the most experienced War Machine Hordes player. Now, you guys have far outstripped me with you more time, but since then, I've been introduced to 4 new minigames. I've got a gigantic collection sitting around in my garage.
Infinity, yo.
It's been great.
Frown.
Infinity is the latest one. I have my little
Hockey
slam buttons.
Yeah.
Assassin Baran. So,
Nice.
yeah. It's been great.
And cross shot.
It's a good thing that we have 2 cameras.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay.
Michael?
And
It's like, why do they turn the second camera at the random time?
Every time I get in a fantasy game, it's a little mini victory. Because when I moved back to Santa Barbara from LA,
If I could
I thought
quickly
it was
interrupt
gonna
you,
be,
it's a real victory as well because Michael doesn't lose at fantasy.
Ever.
It's not done.
To the Dark Elves.
moving from LA to Santa Barbara, I thought I was going to be like moving from the big city to the desert as far as being able to find games was concerned. So I was happy to find everybody here, and I like clinging tenaciously to my Warhammer fantasy hobby.
But we
in
are
spite of all the adversity.
we are slowly
Prejudice. Thank you, Elliot.
I will give you a hug, but I'm
So,
too far.
we are slowly stripping away his will to play.
That's true.
Well, no, it's-
No.
hopefully
They can peacefully coexist. It
they
can
can
be
be
done.
hopefully
It's like
you'll
Palestine
be
and Israel.
No, it's like
What?
not that.
It's not like Palestine.
Let's say Pakistan and India if we're going to say
No,
anything
no,
like
No, it's
not
really-
like that either.
Okay, Protectorate of Menoth and Caspian.
No,
Anyways.
no.
Okay, so hopefully, thank you, Michael. Hopefully we can get
It's
Michael.
like Hordes and War Machine. There we go.
Oh wait. Don't
Oh,
wait.
oh,
Hopefully we can get Michael.
And butt shot. Give us the crotching down.
Oh,
All right, sorry for interrupting, Michael. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, we got our
Okay.
interlude.
Hopefully we can get Michael to come to Lock and Load with us.
That is
That would be awesome. You have a seat in my car. If you want to come,
Okay.
it'll be a minimum
You have
amount
a
of
spot in my
expenditure.
bed. Lacey's not going to be there. So
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Someone's got to keep me warm.
I'm thinking Andy, me, Michael, and Aaron
in
huh?
one bed.
Wow.
Wow.
What? No, in one room.
Oh, that's what I meant.
No. So
Okay, so we've talked.
Hold on. So speaking of the fact that we're missing one of our key players here, Andy's not
Andy.
here.
Andy.
Does
Cheers to
anyone-
you,
Cheers to
Andy.
Andy.
Cheers to
Does
Andy.
Oh,
The biggest douchebag of them all.
Does anybody have any?
He was in the Navy. Was a seaman.
Okay, guys.
Does anyone have any fond moments they'd like to share of Andrew Whalen?
His love of strip clubs.
He's such a sweet man.
He is probably the nicest guy I've ever met.
If we were
Concur.
homosexual,
What
we'd
about
all
me?
have to fight over him.
You're nice. He's nicer.
Easily.
How?
But anybody have any?
I honestly give Andy shit because he's so great that I feel if I was straight with him, it'd be really gay.
Yeah.
I have a fond
Okay.
moment to share.
Okay.
The funniest moment, we were downtown in Carpinteria, we were drinking.
Oh god,
and,
the handstand.
and he proceeded to methodically War Machine lingo play a game with the
asphalt.
It was awesome.
He lost.
It was
He lost, but
It was-
he won in spirit.
He's like, it's just gonna be a 50-point caster kill, guys. It's gonna be like a caster kill. And I tried to prop his legs up, and he's like, handstand fail. It was pretty epic. And actually, you know what my fondest memory is? My fondest memory is hanging out with you and Andy in preparation for Lock and Load. When we were talking about Lock and Load, and we were doing the handstand.
Oh yeah,
And you Rick rolled the bar. He's like, he made it like very cleverly. He was going up to the jukebox. He's like, hey guys,
Anybody got any money?
what do you want to listen to?
Well,
you got any money?
yeah.
Let's put it in. I was thinking maybe we could listen to a little, this or that, and then he put it on, and it was,
Never gonna
Rick
give you up.
Astley.
never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
Wow.
So that's my fondest memory. That is my fondest memory. Paul
There
Rick
are-
rolling the bar.
There
That was
are
epic.
so many good memories.
There's so many good memories. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I remember,
Tits and ass.
Roy wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember Andy from the dark days before we founded this group when we used to drive all the way down to Seth's Games in Anime and Ventura. Now Seth's great store. We still play tournaments there.
Yep.
But
Our official
it was
store.
it was this. I think it was the third time in a row we'd both driven all the way from Santa Barbara, and Friday night traffic only be the ones that show up and we're like, hey. Couldn't we get some games together in Santa Barbara?
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was good.
So I was sitting at work, and I work at this marketing and advertising agency in town, very young and hip. And this great-looking woman comes up to me, who's sort of my boss.
Sort of your boss?
And she's like,
As in she'd given you money before?
Sorry.
she's like, hey,
Where's this
hey,
going?
I know your friend Andrew. Like, blank look. Like, who? Andrew. Who? You guys do something with plastic bags? Oh, got it, right, yeah.
Yeah, no.
So apparently
Not
it's a small world
Yeah.
after all. And
It is a small world after all, guys.
Especially Santa Barbara. Okay, so I think that's a good little recap. Anybody have any more monumental moments before we move on?
Who's winning?
So, okay.
That's a precedent
The
of
next thing we're
homoerotic
talking about is where shall we go?
Where are we going in the next year?
We're going to Archon
Sweet
and Lock and Load.
Okay. So where is Santa Barbara Wargaming heading? Where are we going? We've had a solid year of, kind of organized play, I guess you would say,
Yeah.
across a number of different game systems. What direction are we going in?
North.
Obviously, not physically.
Oh.
We'll talk about the physical in a second, but we're talking about metaphorically.
Yeah.
Right? Metaphorically, right?
Okay.
We're getting into Infinity. I believe that a lot of us here, probably half of us, have Infinity
I'd say it's about
armies.
7.
Yeah.
It's in its infancy. We
It's
still
in-
need terrain, and we need to know the rules.
You guys need to buy the rules because having the only
I have
guy
the
who owns a
rules.
hard copy of the rule book, be the guy with the baby.
I have a hard copy of the rule book. I'm the commander on the organized
Commander
play.
in
I've been
chief.
reading up. I feel
Anyways,
pretty solid. with the
I'm-
It's a
rules.
strong infancy.
Yeah.
It's in a strong infancy. It's essentially like a toddler.
Yep.
Yes.
We could say.
I'm
We
looking
could say.
forward to
There we go.
Infinity as our main
And there's Nate.
substitute.
Substitute.
When I need a break from War Machine Hordes, when I'm feeling burnt out, I can go to Infinity and play a couple games because they're pretty quick. The rule set's really fun, The interactions between the models and the terrain are really fun. And
We need
the
to set
models
up-
are gorgeous.
We need to set up like a permanent table of terrain though, because like it takes so much terrain. If That's I- the longest part of the game. Absolutely. If I get the house that I'm trying to get right now, I will have an entire room and it will be a cityscape. So that shows how
Very
much of a
cool.
nerd I am. Speaking of terrain, what we need to do is take all those cars you got and smash them with a hammer.
I'm fucking serious.
I know you are.
It will be so
could do
great.
stacks
That
of,
will look
like,
so much
yeah.
cooler.
If we smash them up and like
You
know
could do,
give
like,
them
a
some
jump
rust
car.
washes and
Ooh.
He's right.
I'm liking that.
all right.
Make it look like a
Cheers.
junk.
Cheers for
That's
that.
later in a
Cheers
couple
to
hours.
smashing
Woo.
shit.
And you could do
It's
stacks
nice.
of cars. I like it. You do like a junkyard theme, Infinity game.
Okay, so Infinity, more terrain for Infinity. We've played,
No, I've got a New Year's resolution that I want to get in all of the game systems that I've acquired.
play all
Like,
the games.
every 6 months at least. So that's Infinity. That's War Machine Hordes. That's my Warriors of Chaos Warhammer Fantasy Battlefleet. That's Battlefleet Gothic.
Yes,
And,
Battlefleet Gothic.
And SOTR, where my I gotta get those awesome
SOTR.
Can't
wait.
Soviet
I got my
tanks on the
apes.
table.
There's like 4 of us
looking
who
forward
want to
to
play
it.
SOTR and Battlefleet Gothic. Let's do it.
Sweet.
In my copious free time.
Yeah. In the huge surplus of time that I
I
have.
mean, I think that brings up a great thing in a group in general we can discuss while we're doing a vlog cast is the idea of coexisting multiple groups. How do we schedule? Okay, what are we doing tonight? What are you guys feeling it out? Like I know a lot of times in the forum are like, what are we gonna play this week?
Yeah.
What is everyone? Okay, we're gonna take a break from War Machine. We had a league. Let's have a specialty day. We usually do like bring out the board games or something that you haven't played in 6 months.
Demo day.
Demo day, as we like to call it.
Absolutely,
And you get other people into the game system, and you're like, play again.
The last time we did that,
Yeah.
we played Incursion with from West Wind's Secrets of the Third Reich line. We played Aeronautica Imperialis and Battlefleet Gothic, and we had some people playing. War Machine and Horde. So we had a huge range. I thought the last one was Infinity and Malifaux.
Yeah, Infinity Malifaux.
Oh yeah, okay. So excuse me. And SOTR. The next to last one. That's true.
And Mark got. I remember I beat Mark really badly.
You beat me.
So satisfying.
Which game? I've heard that too many times from too many women.
I'd like to see us also. We have so many like fantasy models that there's like Mordheim, which we don't have to actually buy new models for, but as a new system and running a campaign would just add a lot of diversity.
I like to finish Christian's Warhammer Fantasy Battles campaign.
I would like to
and have someone win the prize.
yeah. So that's
a good
point.
Campaigns
are something that we definitely need to.
Yeah, and I'd like to see some sort of like continuous thing that's like everybody's involved with, and maybe not everybody plays it every week, but that's like ongoing. That we can have some sort of yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've definitely found I think War Machine and Hordes has really been the strongest.
War Machine,
the strongest continual.
Merry Christmas!
Christmas one and all.
Make sure the ice actually touches the bottles.
Whatever.
They don't fit. There's too many.
Start drinking more beer.
So this is our non-intermission intermission, where we're having more beer brought in.
Mental image. I was like, oh god.
Okay, and so let's talk about these two things: continuity and
hold on,
expanding into campaigns.
Let's go down the line, and we'll give one goal for the group.
Okay.
Like we've kind of been talking about goals for the group, but let's do it a little more organized. So, Elliot, what is you were kind of talking about?
I'd like to see a Mordheim
campaign.
Okay.
Seconded.
Easy. Everybody can play because there's no new models. System is familiar because it's based on fantasy. It would just be really easy to put together and lots of fun, I think. And quick games so that it's not like it's a 4-hour fantasy battle or whatever. You get your 30-minute game in, and you can move on to whatever other game you want to play.
Are we talking about a campaign?
That's what I was.
That was his goal.
Oh, that's it.
Rob is now
Goals.
Hey, go ahead.
My goal would be for us to try to get into a role-playing game, hopefully Rogue Trader, that lasts more than 3 or 4 sessions.
It's tough.
Because so far we've been getting like kind of hamstrung right around that point. I think when the game swells to be more than 4 or 5 people, it tends to just be like, oh, clusterfuck. We're done. I know when I swell.
The problem with that is that we have a great group. It's a big
All right,
group,
fail.
but unfortunately, it's we have too many people that want
Pretty
to play.
diverse.
We also
And
have.
you can't get like just like a group that's going to consistently show up.
We also
play.
aren't necessarily mainly an RPG group, and so we.
But we
do
have
that
role
shit.
players here. I
We
mean,
do,
everybody-
but when we get together, it's not like Friday night role playing. It's like Saturday afternoon wargaming.
Right, but I think the
Those can be
challenge of having
separate
the Friday
things.
night role playing is that you can't be like only these 5 people want to play because everybody wants to play.
Yeah, it's not all that inclusive.
Finger the trackpad.
Okay.
Rob?
Yes, sir.
What's your goal for the
Oh.
group?
My goal is to drink a lot all day, basically.
That's not a goal. That's a lifestyle.
For the
All
entire
But you've
coming
already
year.
It's a good lifestyle.
Yeah, you're a success in
Winner!
our eyes, Mike.
And my success will be,
What?
I don't know, but
Your goal.
What is he talking about?
Tiger blood?
I don't know.
Mark? All right, Mark. What's your
I
goal?
don't
Mark,
have-
what's your goal?
I do not have a goal because I already fulfilled it by hanging out with this gaming group.
You get sentimental when you
Yeah,
get drunk.
I'm thinking that if I was attracted to men at all, that you might have a
You
shot.
might cheat on.
Yeah.
them.
Okay,
Alright.
I might cheat on Andy.
I'm going to pass it on to Mark now because I already fulfilled my goal.
What are you passing on to Mark?
My sexual goal.
Syphilis.
Okay,
I
so
have arthritis.
I hope to, as Michael and Elliot were both saying, perform more fantasy-oriented campaigns,
What a guy.
right? I really want to get into Mordheim. It's a really fun game, as everybody who is watching this should probably know. And I want to go ahead and finish up our fantasy campaign. I've got a whole dwarf army that I bought for dirt cheap and assembled, and I played a few games with, and it's kind of like, hey, if I actually attempted to get to learn the system a little bit better, I could be good, but there's other games that have been calling my attention, so I really like to do Mordheim. Fuck fantasy. Mordheim. Mordheim. That's pretty much it. Mordheim. My goal is to make a really cheesy list and dominate everybody at Mordheim.
Oh.
Paul!
Skaven.
Okay. I was
Rat ogres.
trying to think of goals.
Paul wants
because-
to win masters at Lock and Load. That's his
Troll
goal.
status.
with trolls.
With trolls.
No,
Yeah.
I actually the first thing that came to mind, all this alcohol, is because my army is relatively painted. Last year, I probably have one of the most well painted up numerous army. I don't know if anybody.
What does that mean?
I probably have
He
the
has paint on mob.
I have probably.
More models than
Then-
anyone
I
else.
think I understand what
Well,
he's
at least
saying.
in the War Machine or it's like
I
I
speak his language.
Like,
Let me interpret.
He
Yeah,
had
I
3
mean
codes.
we played an
First
Unbound
kick an
game.
infant.
We tried to play an Unbound game, and it's a lot of models. So we got to the second round. We're like, screw this, it's too big. But putting most of my models on the table, I found out that that's what she said. Putting all my models on the table, I was like, okay, this is well painted, most of them, but there's still kind of a bit out there that's still not painted, and I'm procrastinating because I have other things that I'd like to do rather than paint red trolls because you get bored of painting red trolls.
Paint some blue trolls.
No,
Paint some snow
Smurfs.
trolls.
snow trolls.
Yeah.
Smurf trolls.
Vile trolls.
Oh no! So
Poop trolls.
hopefully get over that hump and paint some more. Jump on the Infinity bandwagon as it starts to roll and get really going because I'm a little cautious after that Malifaux incident.
Malifaux is not an incident.
let's
I
wait.
still have models.
Yeah,
to
let's
paint.
talk about Malifaux real quick, right? You have a Malifaux? You have a few Malifaux warriors.
I have enough Malifaux to
or gangs. Is that what they're called?
They're gang. You have I don't even remember.
Okay, so he's got a few.
I've got the whole kit. I've got all the rule books. I've got the decks. I've got
You bought some of the Gen
I've got
Con
the
models
avatars
too, right?
and stuff.
Yeah.
And so we started, and I
and
found
I've got a few, and Nate's
Yeah.
got a few,
Well, it's interesting.
and Andy's got a few.
Like you're a veteran gamer, and you probably have a few systems that you've never touched in a while. You have them, you like them, but the issue is I'm kind of that.
It's like being a drug addict.
You got some coke on the table, but you want to do the math. You can't decide.
I don't know what he's
I-
talking about right
right?
now. That's just
Do all the drugs.
I do know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, but as it's kind of hard to come to terms when you're like, well, I spent all this money, and you have to respect the fact that you can't. Yes, you want to play it, but you can't force other people to enjoy the games that you enjoy as well. So you have to kind of softball it.
So what you mean by the Malifaux incident is that you got really into Malifaux, and then a few other people started to touch on it, but then didn't like the system and stopped.
Exactly. In
the
similar
system
way,
is fine. What I didn't like was like just getting my ass kicked by Paul.
I didn't actually. You beat me the last.
But that's
time.
every
That's
game.
the problem with
He's
Paul.
a good teacher.
Nate, you
very
did beat
good
me the
teacher.
last time. We
Did
played.
I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you killed Seamus.
My problem with Malfo's
Oh,
the
you
models.
just killed
They
The
just-
models
they don't
are
speak to
not.
me.
Yeah,
It's
The
a
models remind me of a certain person in our group who's no longer with us.
interesting.
Wow,
Interesting.
harsh. Sorry, Malifaux, for that. That was.
I'm
cold.
sorry, Malifaux. I'm
No,
not
I
a
mean,
huge
that's
supporter of
not
Malifaux, but just that.
That was uncalled for.
It was uncalled
That was
for.
too far, Roy.
It was Go sit in the
All
corner.
I mean, it has its
You're on
certain
timeout.
aesthetic.
All right.
So yeah, it was just kind of coming to terms with that. But my goal really is to get into Infinity, to enjoy Infinity as much I enjoy the other game systems that I play, and to paint more. I think that's everybody's goal.
Paint more.
Painting is hard, man.
Painting's
Hey,
not my
I'm
goal.
looking forward
Getting
to
over that
Infinity
hump to like
campaigns,
sit down
for
and
sure.
put
Those
models
will be
on the table and be like, I
You say
have
hump
to.
a lot. I don't think that
You
word
say
means
hump
what
a
you
lot.
think it means.
There's a saying in tabletop wargaming that when you
Tessium?
finished. Who needs tech when you've got Tessium? When you're finished assembling and painting everything, you're dead. Right? So it's a form of immortality as long as you procrastinate. So, Aaron!
That's Mark's theory.
That word you keep
That
saying.
means
I don't
I'm
think
going to
it
live
means
forever
what
because
you
I
think
just
it
don't paint things.
Exactly, that's true.
We can only hope. All right. So it's no real secret where I stand on the game systems. I was a Games Workshop guy for a really long time, since I was 9 till basically since I joined this group. I've kind of gotten away from that. The changes in the game system has made me like it less. So I would say that my goal is to get players like Michael into War Machine Hordes, who's a fantastic fantasy player. I think he'll be a fantastic War Machine Hordes player.
Who would be getting an F in my class right now for texting.
Yeah, dickhead. But my main goal is for someone from our group to place highly, or
To tell Christian to stop talking?
So,
Are you done?
yeah.
Okay.
Are you done?
My goal for this year is for someone from our group to either place highly or even win a major con, either at OrcCon, which several of us are going to in February, or Lock and Load in June. It would be great for someone from our group to really put us on the map in the competitive scene of the War Machine Hordes. And I think it can be any one of us. We're all getting to be good players, getting to be more experienced players. And I'm really excited to see what we can do in the broader scheme of competition. And I mean, I'm a press ganger. I'm very biased towards Privateer Press. I love the company. I love the model range. I love the game. That doesn't mean I'm not open to other things. I'm getting into Infinity. But it does mean that that's the nearest thing to my heart, and I hope that'll still be our main game for our group as it has been in the past.
Yeah.
I'll choose in that.
Cheers. PG Watchtower?
PG Watchtower.
It's almost like we have a training. We need like a training program for competitive War Machine and Hordes.
I'm in it right now.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think that's our gaming group.
Yeah, speaking of training, man, maybe my goal for the year should be, start to win some games again.
Winning games, that's a good goal.
Playing some games, Roy.
As long as
yes,
Mark
that's
doesn't
the
have
first
that
step. No.
I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say teaching Georgia how to play a Grey Knights army, but I think that's the way Torches 3.
I think she's a little too old actually to start playing Grey Knights.
Set them up on the table.
I put
Roll
table.
Dice. You're done.
Dead.
I don't think you have to roll.
Good game,
That's
Grey
the thing,
Knights.
You need to know how to count up to 6.
You can have somebody else do that for you. You're like, there you go, sweetie.
That's true. No, let's see. I think, as I said, I'd like to get some models painted. I'd like to get some more games in. I'd like to get, speaking of Privateer Press fanboy, I'd like to get some people into the Iron K RPG when it relaunches next summer.
As do I. I want to run
Totally
an
into
Iron
that.
Kingdom RPG.
Like, I ran one a few
Bone
years ago,
Sword.
back with
Bone Swarm is ready.
How
Yeah.
are they going to do that with, is everybody a freaking caster? Like, how does
No,
that work?
no.
It's,
We'll find out.
Yeah,
Why
I'm
would you
really
not want to be a
excited.
caster?
Because you can't be a caster.
Because they limit the.
Or they're just not going to let you do
Well,
that.
because there's other
It might be able to be like a journey.
No, I mean, there's other ways because there's other
Like Jack
things that are awesome. Right? Like, for one thing,
talking.
if you're a caster in Iron Kingdom's RPG land, if you're not supported by the military, your friggin' Jack eats up an incredible number of resources, keeping that thing alive. Like
coal and
there's a resource intensive thing. Plus, gun majors are just awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
war jacks, cool. Like in a close quarters city environment, a gun mage is going to be able to, outdraw a warcaster while his jack is trying to lumber through the corner. Arcane mechanics are pretty awesome. They're more of a support role.
Second story men from Rule.
Yeah.
You got like the
Still
Trollkin
a
and they.
Yeah, I still feel
Yeah,
it's
Stroke
like
and
it's like some
Top
sort of
Rock.
like Star Wars RPG. Like, why would you not want to be a Jedi? It's like, I mean, you could be a bounty hunter and something like that, but at the end of the day,
I'll take Boba Fett over
I think it's
those
gonna-
whiny bitches any day.
I think it is going to be. I mean,
I
to be
base
fair, I
with
think
you,
it is going
maybe.
to be a bit of that. Warcaster is the iconic character in the setting.
That's true.
And they said in the
or
recent,
warlock.
they said in the recent no quarter that you will be able to be a warcaster.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, you could in the old one, or a warlock. You're definitely going to be able to in the new one. Like,
That'll
I'm
be
sure
interesting.
the warlocks will be broken just like they are on table.
Oh my god. Are we gonna get into
No.
War Machine?
Anyways, okay, Michael.
Not broke. I play a War Machine army.
Okay, Michael.
Balanced.
I have some really well-developed goals for 2012.
Yeah, balanced.
I have every intention of getting back into the GT scene like I was in college for Warhammer Fantasy.
Gran Turismo.
The Quake City Rumble, Broadside Bash, SoCal Slaughter are all ranked events that I already plan on attending. I also plan to get more support from my particular hobby niche while lending more support to other people's hobby niches.
All right, I'll
Sort
cheers
of-
to that.
I'll cheers to
I
that.
gotta open a new
Actually,
beer.
I think we all need to open some new beers.
It's
means
sort
that-
of the circumstance
Hold
right
that
now
thought. Hold that thought.
Hold that
where
thought.
I'm only playing one particular game, and that's because I tend to be sort of obsessive compulsive about developing mastery over it.
Just wait until you
But-
get to War Machine Horde, and the mastery level is going to just
Danger zone.
What
kick
I
your
got.
butt.
I'm particularly grateful for this group of
Unless you wanted
guys,
to do
and
that.
they're supporting me.
Or
I'd like to
cheers.
support them.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Down
Down the table. For all the shit I give the fantasy
Oh.
players, I really like all of them.
Oh yeah.
They're good.
Except for Elliot.
Except for Elliot.
Oh, hey, Elliot.
Oh yeah.
Oh crap.
Yeah, like, don't you hate him as a harbinger of Menoth?
I want to play
We
that.
haven't
I
played yet.
need to play Menoth.
He'll hate me after that.
Yeah, I do after
When
that.
the little virgin blind floating bitch kicks his ass.
Little virgin blind.
bitch.
No, I just gonna
I
set you on
will
fire.
always
Damn it,
Yeah.
Seth, we were at Temple.
I will own that.
I still
girl.
won that game.
Okay, so we've talked about metaphorically where we're going. Let's talk a little bit about physically where we're going in the coming year. Turn it over to you guys at OrcCon.
Yeah, we're very excited. We're going to be attending Strategic Con's February event, which is known as OrcCon. Michael will be attending it as well in a fantasy capacity. What's it called for the fantasy players?
It's the Broadside Bash.
Broadside
which is,
Bash for Michael, OrcCon for our War Machine Hordes players. I think Paul, Lacey, and I are definitely going. Rob and Andy are maybes, and Nate is
And
also
I'll put
a
on the
maybe.
fantasy if it's not a painted army.
I am going.
And Elliot might be going to the
I'm
Broadside
definitely
Bash.
not going.
And Mark and Christian are definitely not going, which is saddening.
Pathetic.
But that's okay. They're saving their money for Lock and Load because that's where we're
We'll
going
talk about
in
that in a
June.
second.
It's going to be fantastic. For OrcCon, I think we're all pretty excited because this is our first real tournament scene. I know a couple of us played hardcore at Lock and Load last year, but we didn't really break through and win anything spectacular. But I have high hopes for at least one of us to do really well at OrcCon, even if it means the rest of us managing to cheat and run
Is
our
it
caster
hard-
up and
is it
turn them
hardcore too?
around.
You can use
No,
Mullet
it's
Corn.
it's 50 points. It's a 2-list steamroller, 50 points. I don't think they're using character restrictions.
Tiberium.
Well, it's 2011 rules.
It's
2011 rules.
It's
yes.
only War Machine Hordes, right?
Well, they have
What
all
else
sorts of
would
events
they
at
be?
OrcCon.
They don't actually have Infinity, which
I've
I
never
looked
been
into
there.
because I would be interested in playing some Infinity. But they do have things like Malifaux.
Do
and
they have
obviously-
mercs?
Yes, I think they have mercs as well.
Oh, that was sarcastic. Sorry.
Oh.
Go on.
Anyways,
That was a mood killer, Mark.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, so I'm super excited for OrcCon, and I've been trying to get in as many games as possible with my Retribution army, which is kind of been seen as subpar by many, but I think it can be very competitive, and I hope to prove a lot of naysayers wrong.
I think it's very competitive.
What?
Well, we haven't really,
you haven't
as a
beat me,
faction,
but-
it hasn't really won anything ever.
Retribution?
So it'd be great if we managed to win
Retribution won
And,
the second lock and load,
yeah,
or the
hardcore,
second
though.
hardcore lock.
something. Hardcore isn't.
Oh, Master.
It's something.
It's something. It's true. It's never won like a Masters or a Stone.
Okay.
It's a limited
Anyway,
faction.
moving on.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my Retribution. Paul's bringing his Trolls. Andy actually might be bringing Mercs, which would be really cool. Rob
Get
would
them
bring
painted
Signar.
up.
Nate, would you bring Kador or Signar?
He's
Kador.
rocking well with Kador.
Yeah, so we're all bringing a
With your
variety
Death
of
Star.
armies, and hopefully we'll do well with that. And we have no doubt that Michael will school all the noobs at Fantasy because he's a fantastic player.
Wow, that's a lot of
Michael,
slang.
can I tell you what you are playing, or is that going to be a secret?
No, go for it.
All right, Michael is bringing his High Elf army because he believes his main army is Dark Elves.
Watch out!
But,
Watch
but
out! We got a badass here.
Unfortunately, Michael's a noble guy, and Dark Elves would be too easy, so he's decided to give himself a challenge and
Whoa,
beat
whoa.
people with
Did
some
you say
pansy
noble?
High Elves.
Is that what he
said
chose?
noble.
Retribution as well.
Yeah, he's also choosing Retribution when he gets into War Machine Hordes because he likes the motif and because he likes to handicap himself.
He
'cause
likes faggy elves. Let's be
That's
honest.
true.
There you go.
That's true. I like when I can't tell the difference between a
Appropriate.
man and a woman.
Just like real life.
Oh,
Zing!
Cheers
Cheers
to
to
that.
that.
Tits and ass.
Did you hear the last part? So
Tits and
that's
ass.
why I
Tits
hang
and
out with
ass.
Mark all the time.
Oh.
Because Mark also shares that
Yeah, no,
preference.
As you can see, we like to imbibe holy brew on occasion.
the fantasy event I've been to the last couple of years is a great established tournament. High Elves are going to be a bit of a departure. They're a little less competitive in 8th edition for fantasy.
Which is
Little less
baffling
competitive.
since
Yeah.
they're so
Well,
broken.
No, but here's the thing, though, is that it's a Games Workshop tournament, so it's comp, and they ban
Yeah,
models.
Yeah, they're
But
you know,
and half the band list is the high.
yeah,
is the high
there
elves.
are a couple of banned items, including some stuff from the High Elf Army book.
Book of Half?
You know, it's
Yeah.
not one of the big
Teslas.
3. It's not one of the big 5.
What's the big five?
The big 5 would be Vamp Counts, Demons, Lizardmen, Dark Elves, and
Skaven's not in there?
Skaven.
Okay.
Oh.
Actually.
Skaven.
And so those are sort of the big 5 that sort of consist of the competitive base for tournament play. And I think that High Elves are going to be interesting to use, and I think a lot of players are going to be surprised by it.
Speed of
capability.
Asheron and
Surprise butt sex.
Surprised about sex.
Awesome. Well,
wow. Where's the sonic screwdriver when you need it, right?
hey guys, so I think we've been running about probably a half an hour, 45
Well, let's
minutes here.
briefly talk about Lock and Load, and then we'll
Lock
let
and
you guys
Load.
Get back to your families. Get
That's
back, go
2012.
outside.
That's
Okay.
gonna be fun.
Because
So-
they're so transfixed by this vlogcast.
Yeah.
If you made it
So-
this far, you're a glutton for punishment.
Okay, so
You're
Lock and
probably
Load.
a member of this gaming group, actually, if you made it this far.
Andy, you're
All
probably
right.
the only one who's watched this. far.
Mark was speaking. So what are you gonna say?
Oh, thank you, Gargamel.
Wait, we're really gonna
Oh.
interrupt people for Mark?
Okay, Lock and Load 2012. A number of us, Paul, Andy, myself, and Captain Make a Lot of Noise, Christian, we all went to the first Lock and Load, the inaugural, I think it was actually called Game Fest, Lock and Load 2011.
Well, it's Lock and Load Game Fest.
Whatever.
Anyways, Lock and Load 2012, instead of 2 days, it's going to be in Seattle, right? It's going to be at the Red Lion, just like it was last time.
Instead of 2 days, it's gonna
Instead of 2 days, it's going to be 3 days. It's probably going to have, I'd say at least twice as many people there. The last Lock and
Twice
Load,
as many people from our group are going to go.
yeah. The last Lock and Load was amazing. This is going to have an extra day, and it's going to have more people, more publicity, more build-up. And so we've already reserved a number of rooms there. We've gotten our badge, or a number of us have gotten our badges.
I got my bed.
We've worked out the basics of our transportation. We'll be doing another On the Road to Lock and Load redo, or redux, however we want to pronounce it.
That's second year or 2012.
Yeah, that's the redux. It's-
Go on, drive.
yeah. Anyways,
It'll be a road trip. It'll be fun.
so road trip, it takes 2 days. 2 days there, 2 days back. It'll be fun. I loved Lock and Load. I had so much fun the last lock and
Because
load.
you win
It's
a lot.
like, it's like showing
Um,
up at an amusement park.
I lost
and-
twice. I was just playing Iron Arena. I lost twice, and both of my losses were to E. Lilith.
Which is very impressive considering Mark does not know the rules.
I'm pretty I'm pretty dumb. But Gorton, thanks, buddy.
Sexually dumb.
What the fuck?
Fucking Bob. Cheers to that.
It's not like you don't know which hole to use.
Okay,
I read about this on the internet.
okay. Enough
So
of that.
as you can tell, we've been drinking.
I think
or Rob's been drinking.
if you don't have anything further to say, I think we should wrap ourselves up
I'm
there.
really looking forward to wrapping myself up. I mean, to going to a Lock and Load 2012. Who's going here?
Cheers to that.
I'm going.
Going.
I will probably go.
Michael's
Yeah.
probably yes.
Yeah.
Cheers!
I
Cheers!
I give in to peer
Taking out a
pressure.
picture.
I
Yeah,
can't-
peer
Yeah.
pressure.
But I
So-
will
Without peer pressure, our group wouldn't exist.
Without peer pressure, our
Our
group wouldn't
not,
exist.
and we wouldn't be a bunch of alcohol.
Okay, so all of us
I think
here at Santa Barbara Wargaming, I guess we're signing out. And
Yeah.
so this is
To you and yours.
Oh, what is it? The
To you
Christmas.
and yours.
What is
this is the winter holiday gift vlog spectacular, but
Special.
we don't special. Thank you, Rob.
Happy
but we don't
holidays,
have
don't
the
get
gifts.
Caught drinking.
Yes.
Happy holidays. Drive safe, and
Yeah.
may you roll poorly.
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 Cheers.
Good night.
Anything but.